Okay, hello everyone. My name is Supriya, and today I'll be teaching a very interesting topic in chemistry, and the name is atom. Now, first tell me, how do you find the subject chemistry?
In between because maybe because of stress, all of a sudden I got the call yesterday and they said that they will conduct interviews. So I still have a little bit of
Sorry to
anxiety.
interrupt. Sorry to interrupt. See, why are you fumbling? You have the potential, but your mind is telling that, okay, tomorrow's an interview, tomorrow's interview. Your mind is right now not in state of thinking that what if tomorrow's an interview? You have the potential. You have the potential. But your mind is saying, no, oh my God, it's creating scene. It's creating ruckus. Oh, it's tomorrow's an interview, tomorrow's an interview. Instead of that, that's what I'm telling you. Shut the door, sit, give yourself time. Tell your mind. And how will you tell that? While you're alone. Make sure nobody's in front of you. Because see, what happens is, uh, uh, being a counselor, I can tell you, whenever you are in problem, does it happen or not? When you sit alone, you blabber. You speak to yourself. होता है नहीं होता
Yes,
है
ma'am.
when you're
Very
alone
often.
when you're alone होता है ना कि कुछ भी यू स्पीकिंग एक्चुअली हम क्या कर रहे हैं, अपने माइंड को समझा रहे हैं. देयर इज नोबडी विद अस, हम whatever comes to our mind we speak that. Actually we're explaining our mind. Similarly, after this session, tell your mind, okay, fine, calm down, my interview is tomorrow, but my skills are strong, I have the potential. Ayushi ma'am has given me feedback. I need to work on that. Now please stop reminding me again and again that I have my interview tomorrow. Instead, I have to focus on the feedback which has been given to me. I'm telling you again and again. What is Byjus? In which year Byjus was established? What was the earlier name of Byjus? Who is the founder and co-founder of Byjus? Right? What are the companies which Byjus has already acquired? Who are the competitors of Byjus? Why do you want to join Byjus? So you should have all the knowledge of Byjus. Now, what are your career goals? So in your career goals, answer has to be accurate. You just said that, ma'am, it's education, and long term goal, I want to see myself as a member or something like that. You said. So, ma'am, my short term career goal is I want to be placed at such prestigious institution like yours for the position of chemistry teacher, and my long term goal is to become the HOD of chemistry in your company. Because whatever answer you're giving, make sure you give the answer related to the company in which you're applying. I want to see myself right now, I want to see myself as a teacher in your company, and for my long-term goals, I want to see myself as a HOD, head of department of chemistry. Fine. Now, if you get rejected today, what are your backup plans? So, ma'am, rejection is a part of life. If I get rejected today, I'll focus on the reasons which made me reject, and I'll reapply at Byju's because I do not want to miss this prestigious opportunity, right? To be placed at Byju's. See, whichever question they'll ask, give short and precise answer, and make sure that you give such tactful answer where the HR don't cross question you, right? To the point answer you have to give. Then, are you ready to sign a 2-year bond? Say, ma'am, once I go through the term and condition, if I find it relevant, I'll surely sign the bond. Give this answer with a smile, right? The reason why we should hire you. Ma'am, you should hire me because I have the required skills and talent. I have good communication skill, good confidence level. I'm an active listener, quite patient. I only need a platform where I'll get an opportunity to showcase my skills. Okay? How do you deal with criticism? Ma'am, criticism is a part of life. If somebody is criticizing me, I'll take it positively and change myself. But if the criticism is negative, I'll ignore it. Right?
Yes.
Now come back to the demo part. Let's come to the demo. In demo, what you have to do is you have to focus. First, as the HR tells you, okay, Supriya, now please provide me a demo session, any topic, whichever you have prepared. So very first is you have to form rapport formation. Now you will say, since the time the HR tells you that you have please give a demo, the HR is a children to you, is a student to you. You have to explain in such a way as you are explaining to a student. Okay, hello everyone, my name is Supriya, and today I'll be teaching a very interesting topic in chemistry, and the name is atom. Now first tell me, how do you find the subject chemistry? Take 2 second pause. Okay, so for the people who find it easy, very good. And for the people who find it tough, do not worry. I'll be focusing on certain tips and tricks and make the concept quite easy for you. So let's start. Then start the topic. And when you're explaining the topic, don't talk about the scientist, whereas work on what is atom and teach really slowly. When you are teaching, Supriya, make use of expressions. For example, if when you were a kid and you used to go to school, the teacher when you had we had some favorite teachers, right? Each one of us had some favorite teacher. Now, what do we like about the teacher? The way she explains. Now, if the teacher is sitting and just without expression, without making use of gestures, sitting and explaining, we will not like that. But if the teacher explains by making use of gestures and eye contact and expressions, so we get to explain in a very easy way, right? So your expression was looking blank. When you're teaching, make sure that everything is involved because you are in a virtual interview. So your hand movement should be there, your expression should be there, right? Everything should be involved. Now, while you're explaining, don't hesitate. Be sure, be confident enough. Whatever you're explaining, you have time till tomorrow. What you have to do is prepare thoroughly, right? Sit in the room, lock yourself in the room for 1 to 2 hours. Whatever instruction I have given you, follow the instructions. In demos, sit alone and act as if there's somebody in front of you, and then give the demo, just the way I have told you. Atomic structure is there. Explain what is atomic structure. You want to talk about the scientist,
Okay.
right? And slowly and gradually explain. Don't run with the syllabus, right? Yeah. Then they'll be asking you questions in chemistry. I hope they have emailed you certain questions, certain topics. Have they?
Yes, ma'am.
So they'll be asking you questions in chemistry regarding those topics, whichever they have emailed you. So make sure that you go through the topics thoroughly, right? And
Okay.
just check your scale. For example, if they ask you 15 questions, out of 15, you have to answer at least 10 to 11, right? 2 3 answers may you can say that, ma'am, I apologize, I do not know this answer right now, but once I'm selected, I'll make sure I have all the knowledge, right? But if the ratio is not in your favor, for example, if they ask you 15 questions and you're not able to give answer of 7 to 8 questions, that means the ratio is not in your favor. So make sure that you prepare those topic. Fine. You have good communication skill. You need to focus on certain points. And you're all set to go for the interview. Why am I telling you to work really hard? Because you have time till tomorrow. I think your interview will be conducted between 2 to 5 only. Right? Because right now
Yeah.
hiring for chemistry position is going on at Byjus. They're hiring at a larger scale for chemistry professionals. Right? And once if you get rejected, you cannot apply for 3 months or 6 months in Byjus. So make sure that you clear the interview in one go. Fine?
Yes.
You have the potential. That is why when you fill the Google form, you must have uploaded your demo video, it got selected. That means you have the potential. Everybody's video don't get selected, right? You have to focus on certain tips and trick. Getting my point? If you have any questions in mind, you can ask me.
Yes, ma'am. I was thinking that what should be the duration for the demo I showed?
See, 5 to 7 minutes.
Do I need to explain the whole if I'm selecting any specific topic, then I have to explain it totally. I have to explain it,
See,
or I
first of all,
can
choose. First of all, choose any.
it's already done 5 minutes, so I'll just stop then and there.
See, the HR will tell you to stop. Fine.
Okay.
Yeah, which I will tell you first. Choose interesting topic and focus more on creativity. Whatever you're explaining, your explanation should be in such a way that the HR understands. Any child understands, right? So make use of creative tools. Fine. Give more
Ma'am,
examples. Hmm.
as I use the cardboard to explain, is it okay to use this white paper and markers?
Have they said no to you in the email? Was it what? Anywhere was it written that you're not allowed to use these things?
No, ma'am.
Then
There
you
was
can.
no mention.
Then you can use
Okay.
because they keep changing the rules. Okay, so I always tell my candidate check the email. If it's not mentioned, you can use.
Okay.
And
Ma'am,
See, Supriya, your expressions were not involved. I would advise you, because tomorrow is your actual interview, take today's time and meet me 1 hour before your actual interview. Right.
Yeah.
Right now, why am I telling you that is, first, you are a potential candidate. You have the potential. Second is, if there are certain candidates whose communication skills are not strong, you know what, and they are potential candidate. To them, I always tell, delay your interview session. Call the HR and tell that you cannot give the interview tomorrow. Delay it. But I only tell that to the candidates whom I feel that they are the potential candidate. But the thing with you is, you have good communication skills, so you need not delay your interview. The only things you have to focus on, certain tips and tricks which I'll be giving you. And why am I telling you to meet me before your actual interview? The reason is because if you will be hesitated, that will be in front of me. Whereas if the time comes for you to appear for the final interview, your mind will all see, the whole game is of mind. Right. See, if I tell spiritually, if somebody criticizes us, what happens? It's in a mind. We think that, okay, fine, this person did this to us, I'll not talk to the person. Who's offering such offers? Our mind. So the game is of mind. Fine. So what will happen is, you have to play with the mind. How? If you will meet me 1 hour before your session, now when I'll conduct an interview, your mind will be already trained that, fine, whatever hesitation, whatever lack of motivation you'll have, that will be in front of me. Now, after meeting me, if you will appear for your final interview, there will be no hesitation in you. Why? Because your mind will be already bored that, okay, fine, whichever question she is asking me in the mock interview, the same questions the HR is asking me. So first, the hesitation which I'm seeing right now in you, that will not be there tomorrow. Right? Second, more confidence will be there, because same question which I'll ask you, I'll correct you there and then you'll appear for the final interview. What happens when we are appearing for any college exams? When we, as we enter the hall, before entering the hall, there's something which we have learned, which we have gone through, any topic before entering the hall. Now, if that topics come in the exam, we quickly write the answer. Why? Because we have gone through it immediately. The same thing is with the mock interview as well. Whichever question I'll be asking you there and then, I'll correct you there and then, and go for the interview. Right? Second, till tomorrow, you already have a contact number. Is it? You have a contact number. So what you have to do is, till tomorrow, prepare the topic. Fine. And if you face any sort of problem, you have a number. That's a team number. Message me there. The time I am facing this sort of problem, kindly help me. Or what you can do is, keep your phone there in front of you. Make recording of introduction, anything. How do you deal with criticism? What if you get rejected today? What are your backup plans? Make the recording and send it to me. See, Supriya,
How can I get your number?
You have my number, 844.
Okay, ma'am. Currently, I don't have. Okay, I'll ask.
No, that group WhatsApp number. You have that number, right?
No, I'm not in any group right now.
No, Vikas must have WhatsApped you.
No, not any number.
How did you get connected to Vikas?
Actually, I searched in YouTube, and from there I got to know his WhatsApp number. I
Yeah, so
have
that's
his
our,
number.
that's our company's number. Do not worry about that. You'll message it to him and I'll get the message as well. Right?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So do not worry about that. What you have to do is focus on these points, make the video, because you have time till tomorrow. 50% effort I'll give from my end, and 50% effort has to be from your end as well. Because 1%, if you don't get rejected, if you get rejected, you cannot apply for certain months. And Byju is a really good platform. You can easily work from home and then attain a higher amount of salary. Fine. But till then, what you have to do is focus and work. Any questions is coming to your mind while you are preparing, call me. No, not don't call, WhatsApp me. I'll immediately respond to you. Right? Because during my session, I take 10 minutes break. And during that break, I resolve the issue of my candidates. I always tell my candidates, any sort of problem, call me, message me anytime you want. Why? Because you have your interview. You have joined the session. That means I'm there with you till the time you appear for the session. Right? And meet me before you give your actual interview. Why? Because I want to check the improvement, whatever feedback I have given you, have you worked on the feedback or not? Because many times what happens is, there are certain candidates who say, ma'am, I appeared for Byjus and my interview went really good and I got rejected, I did not get any message further. So I have joined this session to realize that what was my mistake. Then when I conduct the interview, I give them feedback, then they realize, yes ma'am, I think this was the mistake which I had made. So I don't want the same thing happening with you. Right? Tomorrow is an interview. Don't delay your interview because your communication skills are good. The only thing is you have to focus on certain points. What you have to speak in the interview, what you do not have to speak in the interview, right? Don't never say that you work as an insurance consultant. Never say that. Because
Okay,
if you will
I will
give
cut
such
it out.
answer, if you'll give such answers, the HR will cross question you that coming back from engineering background, why did you work for the position of insurance consultant? It has nothing to do with engineering. Getting my
Yes.
point? Short and precise answer. And you have a number, message me any sort of problem we have. I'll clear it out. Then while you're preparing for introduction, see what you have to do is shut the door, take 2 hours break, and sit and work on it.
Okay.
Nobody will stop, nobody can stop you from achieving your goal. Just work hard. Whatever feedback I'm giving you, work on that. Rest I'm there. And meet me 1 hour before your actual interview. Suppose if they'll schedule you their interviews at 9 o'clock, meet me at 8. If it's 2 o'clock, meet me at 12 o'clock. 2 hours or 1 hour before your actual interview.
Okay, ma'am.
Right? Any
Ma'am,
questions you have, you can ask me.
Yes, ma'am, I do have. As you mentioned that I should not mention the consulted thing, then okay, I'll cut it out. And I can realize it like that I'm fumbling a lot in between because maybe because of stress. All of a sudden, I got the call yesterday, and they said that they'll conduct interviews. So I still have a little bit of
Sorry to
anxiety.
interrupt. Sorry to interrupt. See, you know why are you fumbling? You have the potential, but your mind is telling that okay, tomorrow's an interview. Tomorrow's interview. Your mind is right now not in state of thinking that you. What if tomorrow's an interview? You have the potential. You have the potential, but your mind is saying, no, oh my God, it's creating scene. It's creating ruckus. Oh, it's tomorrow's an interview. Tomorrow's an interview. Instead of that, that's what I'm telling you. Shut the door. Sit. Give yourself time. Tell your mind. No, and how will you tell that while you're alone? Make sure nobody's in front of you. Because see, what happens is, uh, uh, being a counselor, I can tell you, whenever you are in problem, does it happen or not? When you sit alone, you blabber. You speak to yourself. होता है नहीं होता है?
Yes, ma'am.
When you're
Very
alone,
often.
when you're alone, होता है ना कि कुछ भी you speaking. Actually हम क्या कर रहे हैं? हम अपने mind को समझा रहे हैं. There is nobody with us. But whatever comes to our mind, we speak that. Actually, we're explaining our mind. Similarly, after this session, tell your mind, okay, fine, calm down. My interview is tomorrow, but my skills are strong. I have the potential. Ayushi ma'am has given me feedback. I need to work on that. Now, please stop reminding me again and again that I have my interview tomorrow. Instead, I have to focus on the feedback which has been given to me. I'm telling you again and again from the starting of the interview that the game is of mind.
Yes,
Whenever
ma'am.
you have,
Actually, you are so right. So right. Actually, every word you are saying that it is so right that when I just woke, I had so much anxiety. I didn't sleep so well tonight. Woke up like 3 a.m. and I was
last
just not focusing
last
on like the topics. I was just thinking that okay, Supriya, you have it's your interview tomorrow interview, but I was not productive and was not focusing on the topics that on which I have to focus. So.
see, I'll tell you what. Being a counselor, I have been working as a counselor from past 8 to 9 years, and what I have realized is click matters. See, now why are you saying, ma'am, you're correct? Why? Because just as we charge our phone, no, we charge our phone or our tab, so it gets starts to get charged. Similarly, what matters is that click, how you get connected to me, the way I'll give you respond. If I speak something which is not related to you, you'll not get connected to me. But if I'll speak something that okay fine, which is happening actually with you, you'll feel connected to me. Yeah, ma'am, do not know me personally, but how can she give such answers? How can she tell what's happening with me? That's why we feel connected. It's all the matter of connection. Because you know what? I think till now we have conducted more than 2,000 3,000 interviews from past 2 to 3 years. And what I have realized is it comes with practice. By sitting and looking at the person, first glance, as the video turns on, I look at the person, I tell the person is of which level. Why? Because it comes with practice, and my subject is also psychology. I'm a psychology profession. This is a reason. That is why the way you were answering, I could relate her communication skills are strong. What's lacking? That means her mind. She needs to control her mind. She needs to tell her mind. Her mind is being overprotective or being over confused at times. Right? So you have time. This is the reason I'm telling you, don't go somewhere else. Shut the door. Give yourself time. First 2 minutes, explain your mind. Fine. from last night I'm not able to sleep. Why? Because you're telling me my interview is tomorrow. Okay, fine, it's tomorrow. Now let me work on that, right? Second, anytime that mind creates a thought, control that thought there and then. It's a tendency of the mind to create the thought. Control, stop that thought. Okay, fine. I need to work hard on it. Whatever feedback ma'am has given me, I need to focus on that. And you know what? We book mock session one time in our life. And if you will apply at any job, you'll get selected at any job, the salary will be 10, 20 times more than the mock session. Right? So what my advice is, book mock session, but the session should be fruitful, right? If you have booked the session, it should not be that you're not satisfied, it's not fruitful to you, right? If you will appear for the interview, my job role will only be justifiable not by conducting your mock interview, Supriya, but once I get to know you, WhatsApp me, ma'am, thank you so much, I have been selected for the position, then my job role is justifiable. That's what I feel, right? 1 hour session, I always take 1.5 hour, 2 hours also. Why? Because if I feel that the potential candidate is potential, then I work really hard on the candidate, but I expect the same from the candidates end as well.